Well, hey, everybody. I'm Mike Richardson, and welcome to this episode of Peer-to-Peer Time, where I interview people in and around the concept of peer forums to get to know them on another level. We find out about their why, their what, their who, how, where, and when. How and when did their journey bring them to where they are today? What do they do now? What's the combination of their activities in their portfolio? What do they stand for? And why do they do what they do? Why has this become the focus of their passion and purpose? And as a result of all of that, we get a real sense of who they are. And today I am delighted to be joined by John Hall. Welcome, John.
Good afternoon, Mike. Great to be with you.
Yeah, it's great to have you with us.
Likewise.
And everybody been getting to know John over recent months as he gets spooled up in starting a financial executive forum with REF, which we're really excited about. And John, to begin with, perhaps share with us, if you would, what do you do? What is the combination of things in your portfolio of activities into which you're now adding a REF Financial Executive Forum?
Sure, Mike. Well, first off, thank you very much for asking. I really appreciate that very much. What I do is I help senior financial executives, and I want them to become more strategic, and I help them to do that. And I do it in two, they're significant but interrelated ways.
Cool.
One of them is provide more and help them provide more informed decisions. And by those decisions, they're able to take action that will result in increased meaningful cash flow. That cash flow can then be deployed to meet business needs. So that's one way. But the other way is I provide a unique peer group experience. And that experience will enable a team of senior financial executives to harness the collective knowledge that's going to reside in the group. And that knowledge will help teach the group and help them to meet personal, professional, and business needs. And Mike, I think the real cool thing about that is I don't need to have all the answers. The answer and the knowledge is going to come from the group.
Isn't that indeed such a cool thing, everybody? It's such a powerful experience as a peer group. So if I may, John, tell us, how did you kind of arrive here? Tell us more about your career track and what brought you to this place that you find yourself in today.
Sure, Mike, that's a great question. And as I think back on it, I've served in an executive role for over 30 years in a wide range of experiences, different types of companies. Mike, I've worked for mid-sized privately held companies, and I've worked for large public ones. And I really didn't realize it until recently, but each one of those experiences over the course of my 30 years has helped me and equipped me to be a problem solver, to help build others up, and also to build deep personal relationships. And all three of those things are really important to me.
Yeah, I bet they are. And they become such an integral part of the two aspects of work that you're doing, right? The sort of strategic cost analysis and the leadership development. I mean, tell us more about why you're so passionate about the work that you do.
At the end of the day, it's helping others succeed. It's solving problems. And it's looking at the joy on their faces when they see a problem solved. When I first joined ERA, I was pretty naive. I just assumed wrongly that CFOs had access to great information. And so I would go into an account and I would just say, give me the low-hanging fruit. I'm sure you've got all the other stuff handled. And I was wrong. I mean, what I learned through these 14 years at ERA is that the senior suite, the CFO suite, often has very little visibility to what they're spending. They don't know what they're spending. They don't know who they're spending it with. And so that really taught me a lot. I learned a lot. But I also learned that they're understaffed. They lack the resources and expertise to get things done. And it's just a lonely place to be. And I'm sure
there comes all the people stuff, all the human stuff, all the professional stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then as you started to discover the REF side of the equation with financial executive forums and a peer advisory board experience, what was it that sort of got your attention about that and excites you about that?
I think I alluded to it earlier in the conversation, Mike, and that has to do with the fact that I don't have to have the knowledge, that the knowledge is in the room.
Yeah.
We just mentioned briefly how lonely it is being a CFO. And I've had CFOs share with me in intimate moments the loneliness of that position here at ERA. So I thought if CFOs would share that sort of stuff with me, doing what I do at ERA, how much more powerful would it be to get a room full of CFOs who live in the same space, have the same kind of challenges, get those group of people in a room to help solve those problems.
Yeah, yeah. And you touched upon the concept of sort of collective knowledge or collective intelligence earlier. And, we've always said, no one of us is as smart as all of us. That is the sort of bedrock of any peer experience.
Right.
And then it's all about how do we truly multiply and magnify collective intelligence to sort of higher order levels. That's what it's all about. So as a forum leader, that's what you help to catalyze. What do you hope will become possible for your members as a result of being a part of your Financial Executive Forum?
I hope that they become deeply bonded with each other, that deep friendships are built, that problems are solved, that they feel more fulfilled, and frankly, that they become better leaders. I don't think a lot of times we think of CFOs as leaders, but I think there's a lot of talent, a lot of skill, if it can be harnessed, to bring those CFOs forward to be great leaders.
Yeah, it's a great point. Well made, John. We often hear everybody that from CEOs speaking of their CFOs or their financial executives in some way, shape, or form, in their own words, they will kind of say, I need them to be more of a co-pilot for me. I need them to be an executive and leader first and a financial expert second. And so it is, isn't it, John? The ability to help members of a financial executive forum really deepen themselves and round themselves out as a leader and an executive first. That's very noble work, John, that we are excited to have you doing with REF and your Financial Executive Forum. Just tell us a bit more about, when you look back on your career with some hindsight, and do you have a sense of any regret that you didn't get to have the benefit of that kind of experience at times of your career?
At the time when I was going through them, it was more of survival. But now, having been through the fire, I don't regret it. In fact, I cherish the fact that perhaps others will benefit from those experiences and then the collective intelligence of the group.
Yeah, the hard-won experiences, everybody, that the best lessons in life we learn the hard way. And we are blessed to have John on the team, building a Financial Executive Forum and bringing all of his wisdom and insights and experience that he's accumulated over all of those years and all of those decades. And we're looking forward to working with you very much, John. So there you have it, everybody. We've learned a lot more about who John is, what he does, how he does it, and why he is so passionate about running a Financial Executive Forum. Contact John to find out more. And we look forward to seeing you down the road, everybody. Thanks again for being here.
Thanks, Mike. You have a great day.
All right.